Alright, I'm going to say sorry for the wind noise in advance. There's really nothing I can do about it. But I bet you guys were never expecting to see this car again. So about 6 months ago I made a video on this. This was my buddy's 1958 Edsel. So he ended up selling it to someone else who needed it held for a little bit. And I have plenty of room, so I decided, you know what, you can leave it here. It's not going to bother me any. It's got new tail lights. But the crazy part about it, last time you saw it, nothing worked. But now, it supposedly runs, drives, and stops. This car has been sitting since the 70s, but the Teletouch inside still works. Pretty amazing, actually. Let's see. I also want to show you guys, if you can see these. These are really kind of cool original keys. I believe these are Edsel keys. I don't know if they're reproduction or just really nice originals. Who knows? Let's see if we can get it to start. That's a pretty gross seat. So I have zero faith in this car for starting. Let's see what happens. Oh, the dome light actually works, so there's a good okay, give it a few pumps. Turns over. Oh, you hear that? It wanted to. And it's got these, there's a generator light and the engine cold light, or engine hot light. I think that's switched with engine cold. Ooh. So, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more close-up tour of the inside. I don't think last time I showed you inside. But here's the rear factory air conditioning. So all the cold air would come out of here. That's the roof bows making that noise. So it's radio delete, so no radio. Here's the AC controls. There was also a compass that could go here, I believe, and then a tack that could go here. There's a speed warning that could go here. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's not on this car. It actually runs pretty good. So supposedly it got fuel system redone, brake system redone, new tires, stuff like that. But I'm going to show you. Yeah, brake pedal feels pretty good. What I'm going to show you is this. So this is the Teletouch motor that was famous for the 1958 Edsels. Most people credit these as being the reason why the car has basically stopped being popular. The problem with this is that these are buttons that run an electric motor next to the transmission to shift the gears. That's good in theory, except for two things. One, that motor is next to heat source with the exhaust, but it also gets wet, and there's not really much you can do about it. So I think they're prone to fail because of those reasons. There might be another reason why. I'm not an Edsel expert. Ask your local Edsel expert about that. So the way this works, let's go ahead and put it in reverse. I got my foot. Looks like we sunk in the ground a little bit. Look at that. Let's shut the door. Oops. So it moves backwards. Oh, there's a pothole. There's my dog. And so we come back here, we push neutral. Then we're going to push drive. And it actually shifts. Look at that. How cool is that? Now I'm not going to drive this thing around much. Okay. Get out the way, chopstick! You're in the way! I'm not going to drive this thing around much just because, one, it's really not my car. And there's no insurance or anything like that. It sure smokes a lot. Let's see, let's put it back in neutral. Then we go to park. I believe this car has 56,000 original miles on it. I wish I could get under the hood and show you under the hood, but guess what? I can't get it open. I'm sure everything in it's original, never been rebuilt, so You have to remember that. Probably needs valve guides. But yeah, it's kind of neat to see something that's been featured on my channel come back and have it run and drive. I don't remember how mine opened. I know they open backwards, so I'm thinking it's got to be inside, but it runs pretty decent, I mean, considering all things considered. The only other option this car had was power steering, which doesn't work, but you know what, I lied. I'm going to go ahead and drive it around for you. I took the parking brake off, so it should move a little bit easier than it did before. So what we can do, we're just going to drive it around my property a little bit. So we see Noodle on the other side of the cage. She can jump over that fence. So that's one thing we're just gonna have to figure out. Sorry it's a little bumpy. It's a shame this car sat for as long as it did. Let's see, go back down here. Neutral. You can hear the motor click with the carpet and sound ending on. Drive, alright. Oh, creaky suspension. Not used to driving over bumps. Anyway. And this is the reason why I moved out into the country, because you can drive your cars around your backyard and nobody cares. Especially old Edsels. My dog is following me around. Let's see if we can make this turn. Yeah, we won't take it very far. But I just think it's neat that this is a car that was on my channel really briefly and it didn't do anything, and then someone else got it to run, drive, and stop, and I get to drive it. How awesome is that? Ooh, where's the bump? Alright, Chopstick, you better get out the way. You're gonna get killed by old Ed. Old Edsel. So yeah, I wanted to make that video for you guys. I think it's awesome. Old cars coming back to life. This one definitely needs way a lot more work, but you know what? It's cool because the Teletouch works. Do that, put the parking brake down, and turn it off. It's a shame the rest of the interior is so trash. These door panels are actually really nice. Alright guys, there's the Edsel. I'll have to go catch my other escaped dog. So until next time, we'll get some updates on Dirk's Corvette, and we'll get some updates on the 77 Barn Find Corvette. And catch you guys later.